Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into something absolutely brilliant today. We're looking at a super efficient, honestly kind of mind-blowing method for making a high-protein, completely flourless lentil pizza from scratch. This comes to us from Anna over at Cochin Familia Cool, and if you've ever thought making a sturdy pizza crust without traditional heavy wheat flour required a ton of obscure ingredients or hours of kneading, well, you're in for a real treat.
So if you're trying to keep things healthy, or you're just cooking for a busy family, ask yourself, are you ready to turn a handful of everyday wholesome ingredients into a totally customizable comfort food? Because we are completely ditching the standard flour crust here for something so much lighter, but still incredibly satisfying. And the best part? The actual hands-on prep time clocks in at about 5 minutes. It's a total game changer for a quick weeknight dinner.
Okay, here is our quick roadmap. First, we'll master the flourless lentil base. Then we'll move on to baking the mini crusts. After that, we'll build Pizza 1, which is a spinach pesto, and wrap up with Pizza 2, a chicken cheddar.
Let's kick things right off with Section 1, the flourless lentil base.
Now, getting your lentils prepped properly is absolutely crucial, but it's really easy. You just take 1 cup, about 220 grams of red lentils, and let them soak in water for 2 hours. This softens them right up. Once that 2 hours is up, you've got to give them a really thorough rinse and drain. You want to knock out as much excess water as possible so the batter doesn't end up too runny. Once they're drained, they are good to go for the blender.
So, how exactly do we build a pizza structure without gluten? Well, you take those softened lentils and hit them with an immersion blender along with olive oil, salt, dried garlic, and dried basil. But here's where the magic happens. You add 2 eggs, some baking powder, and 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk. That psyllium is literally the MVP here. It acts like a healthy glue, stepping in for the missing gluten to give this dough the lift and structure it needs to actually hold together like a real crust.
Once you've got everything blended into a smooth batter, stop. Don't rush this next part. You have to let that batter rest for exactly 10 minutes. It's a non-negotiable step. See, during those 10 minutes, the psyllium husk and the baking powder are fully activating. The psyllium soaks up the moisture and dramatically thickens up the whole mix, transforming it from a loose pancake batter into something that behaves much more like an actual pizza dough.
Moving right along to Section 2, baking the mini crusts.
Okay, prepping your pan the right way will save you so much headache with flourless baking. Here's a great trick. Spray a little water directly on the baking tray before you put your parchment paper down. It anchors the paper so it won't slide around on you. Then generously grease the top of that parchment with vegetable oil. Because you did both of those things, when you divide your batter into 6 little mini flatbreads, they are going to slide right off after they bake without any sticking or tearing.
You'll want to space them out. Usually 3 flatbreads per tray is perfect, and then get them into the oven for 12 to 15 minutes at a screaming hot 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. You really need that high heat to get a nice firm bake on the lentil batter.
With the crusts baked, let's hit Section 3, Pizza 1, the spinach pesto.
To make the vibrant pesto, you just toss all these fresh ingredients right into your blender. We're talking a full cup of nutrient-packed spinach, a clove of garlic, some Parmesan and walnuts for that rich, savory depth, plus dried basil, olive oil, and a tablespoon of bright lemon juice to wake it all up. Just blend it smooth. Now, you're actually only going to need about 1/3 of this pesto to generously coat your first batch of mini pizzas, so you've got plenty left over to throw on some pasta tomorrow.
Over that gorgeous green pesto base, we layer the toppings. Start with a solid base of shredded mozzarella. Drop on some freshly chopped tomatoes with a tiny pinch of salt to make the tomato flavor pop, and finish it with thick slices of fresh mozzarella. Going with the double cheese approach here guarantees this perfectly gooey melt that plays so beautifully against the fresh, earthy pesto.
Pop those fully dressed mini pizzas back into that hot 425-degree oven for another 8 to 10 minutes. You're just keeping an eye on them until that cheese is bubbling like crazy and getting a perfect golden brown crust on top.
Now to contrast our really fresh, vibrant first option, we're going to completely switch gears for the second batch of crusts. We're pivoting to something much heartier, a protein-packed flavor profile with a sweet and savory tomato base and chicken.
Which brings us to Section 4, Pizza 2, the chicken cheddar.
So instead of the pesto, you're going to whip up this super quick sauce in a small bowl. It's this brilliant mix of sweet and savory. You take 2 teaspoons of rich tomato paste, mix in a teaspoon of honey, or a sugar-free syrup if you're keeping it low carb, along with a little olive oil, a half teaspoon of mustard for tang, some dried garlic, salt, and pepper.
It creates this complex, almost barbecue-style sauce that you just spread right over the rest of your lentil flatbreads.
Then we load them up. You take a full cup of cooked, pulled chicken breast and pile it on. Add some thin slices of red onion for bite, and then, this is kind of surprising but totally necessary, a quick drizzle of lemon juice. The acidity of the lemon cuts right through the heaviness of our final topping, which is a very generous sprinkle of shredded cheddar cheese.
The baking instructions stay exactly the same for batch 2. Toss them in at 425 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. That cheddar melts down into the chicken, the onions get nice and soft, and you wind up with a ridiculously comforting, hearty mini pizza.
Wrapping things up, Anna promises that these crusts are just undeniably delicious. And honestly, seeing the way these hold together, giving you that satisfying bite without a single gram of traditional flour, it really is a massive win for healthy home cooking.
So, as we close out today's explainer, I've got to ask, armed with this super simple, incredibly clever flourless lentil base, which of these are you actually going to bake up tonight? Are you leaning toward the fresh, cheesy spinach pesto, or going all in on that hearty chicken cheddar? Honestly, with a prep time this fast, you might just want to make both. Thanks for hanging out with me today and diving into this recipe. Keep exploring in the kitchen, and I'll catch you next time.